Hey everybody, this is Miss Aninga. I wanted to come in and give you some help with polyatomic ions. A lot of people seem to be really confused about them and how to actually do problems with them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take some of your element polyatomic ion combinations from your review and do some random ones and see if I can't help you make them more sense. So first off, polyatomic ions are only used in ionic bonding, so you don't need to worry about them with covalent. It's just in ionic bonding. So first off, let's start with one of the very first, let's start with one of your ones that I didn't do on the review video, which was strontium and NO3. Okay. So first off, we want to look up on here strontium and then our polyatomic. So strontium is found here on the periodic table. It's a metal, so it's over here. Strontium. Strontium has a charge of +2. Okay. And NO3 obviously isn't going to be found on the periodic table. It's because if you notice, it's a combination of nitrogen and oxygen put together. So we're not going to find it specifically here. Instead, I gave you a list of polyatomics on your assignment, and that looked pretty much a lot like this, except it's not colored. I have mine color-coded so I can easily find my oxidation numbers. And all you have to do is take your polyatomic ion and look for its chemical symbol here. So if we look down for NO3, those are the C's, Br's, Fe, NO3. NO3 can be found right here. It is a nitrate, and it has a -1 oxidation number. Now down at my bottom, it says oxidation number just means your charge. So the charge of your NO3 or your nitrate is going to be -1. So if you do your ionic compounds, all you have to do, if you remember your charge mathematics, you can easily find out how many of each you need in order to have a balanced formula of 0. So you can clearly see in order to get 0, if you take +2 and add -1 to it, that's 1. So in order to get rid of this positive, you have to add more negatives. So if you add another -1 over here, which means another NO3, you would have -2 over here plus a +2, which equals 0. So you need 2 NO3s for it to actually make sense and have it be 0. So in order to be stable, we need to have 2 of these, one of these and 2 of these in a formula to be balanced. So you simply you need 1 of these, so it's just normal SR. And then we have NO3, but we need 2 of these, and putting a little 2 next to the 3 here would mean that there's 30 like this, SrNO3 with a 2 here. That means we have 32 O's. That's not right. So in order to show that NO3 is separate, like an entity all by itself, you just have to put parentheses around it. So that's what you do before you put the number of nitrates you have. So your balanced formula is SrNO3 2. Okay? Let's do another real quick one. So we have in here polyatomics that are both, let's do a polyatomic combination. That may seem kind of like maybe mind-bending for some of you. So if we look on our polyatomic ion sheet, we'll see that our oxidations vary from +1 to -4 down here. And that means if we have a +1, we can also put it with a -1 to get an ionic compound with 2 polyatomics. So I'm going to take ammonium, which is our only positive oxidation number or positively charged ion, and I'm going to put it together with a negative ion here. So let's do phosphate. Okay, phosphate is a -3 charge, and it's PO4. So if we added those together, let's just use separate color for plus. We gotta look at our charges. So like I said, NH4 is our only +1, and it's a +1. And PO4 is a -3. So same kind of thing and deal here. We want to get to 0. So in order to get to 0, we kind of don't need any more of those. But if we add more of these to get to +3 plus a -3 equals 0. So we need 3 of these. So you simply just put that together in your equation and go NH4. Since we need 3 of them, put it in parentheses, and PO4. Notice this one didn't get put in parentheses. This is because we only have one of them. So if you don't have more than one of these, then you don't need parentheses on it. If you do, you need parentheses. Okay? So that should do it. I'm going to stop here because so I did one where you need only one polyatomic and I did another one where you have multiple. I also did one where you have one element and one polyatomic too. So yeah, that's how polyatomics work. They're not found on the periodic table. Instead, they're found on a special chart all to themselves. You just got to find them and figure out their oxidation number. Okay? All right. Hopefully this helps out with polyatomics and how you use them. All right. Bye, everybody.